You know, Kentucky beat Florida yesterday. A lot of you watched the game, so you already know. But if you didn't watch the game and the box score was censored and all you got to see were the stats, but you didn't get to see the final score, I can't make sense of it. I watched the game too. I still can't make sense. I don't know what we saw. I have no clue how this happened. You tell me, on what planet does Kentucky throw for 87 yards and then run for 137? They break even in the turnover battle. They go 1 of 9 on third down, and they beat Florida. On what planet does that happen? It happened on this planet, and it happened last night. So I want to say, first things first, congratulations are in order to Kentucky. They are 5-0. Mark Stoops is 5-0. And so they've got their entire, set of hopes and dreams, and every goal they had in the preseason is still in front of them. And I want to congratulate them, because it's about to sound like I'm overlooking them because the other 9/10 of this segment is going to be spent on Florida. I just think the game was more about Florida, if you want me to be brutally honest with you. But that doesn't take away from anything you accomplished. No, I'm going to hear from a couple of you specifically that I hear from every week. So congratulations, Kentucky. Back-to-back years, Florida has completely obliterated their foot with a machine gun in big must-win conference games. Last year, it was the LSU game as a 24-point favorite, and yesterday as an over-a-touchdown favorite on the road, it was the Kentucky game. This is not the Roman Coliseum you guys went into. You know that, right? 8 false start penalties, 15 penalties overall for 115 yards. Totally unprepared, appeared totally disinterested. Dan Mullen got asked in the postgame if he got out-coached. How did you have to ask? Why did anyone have to ask? You're just looking for validation at that point, because I think we already know the answer there. Clock management was bad to end the first half. 8 false starts, as I said, 115 yards and total penalties. Florida is not the only major program that's ever lost a game. Okay, Florida's not the only major program that's ever been up against the ropes against a team they're favored against. That's not the first time that's ever happened. That happens to other programs sometimes. Here's the problem. When it comes to the expectation level at Florida, it's really high. It's right up there with the Georgias and the Alabamas and the Ohio States and Clemsons. And that's fine. I think that should be the expectation level at Florida. But the problem is the level of recruiting is not there. And Florida does not have the level of player necessary to bail them out in these situations. If Bama's in that situation yesterday, if Georgia's in that situation, which they rarely are, but if they were, they'd just out-athlete you. They would just beat you over the head with their helmet, the logo, whether it's fair to say that, whether it's politically correct to say it or not. They're just better than you, and they'll out-athlete you, and they only need about their C-plus game to beat you. If you're Kentucky, that's probably the case. And Kentucky folks know that. I mean, at your best, you still need help from the elite programs if you're going to beat them. Florida is not at that level. Now, Florida is capable, as we saw against Alabama, if everything clicks for them, of putting together a really competitive effort and maybe even beating you. But if they don't have at least their B-plus game, they don't have the depth and caliber of athlete to just win, to just player you to death. They don't have it. And so the problem here is the expectation level is Georgia. But sometimes the recruiting level's far below that. And so, like, I watch Florida, I don't see hot seat. Like, I don't sit here and trash Dan Mullen. I thought yesterday was not his best day. I thought the LSU game was not his best game last year. I don't take the added 10 steps a lot of my Florida buddies have. I know why you're frustrated. I know that you're frustrated. I get all of it. But if I could just send one message to Dan Mullen, I know he watches the show, obviously. You either got to execute at the level Iowa does, or you got to recruit at the level Alabama does. You can't be a hodgepodge. You can't execute at a subpar level and then lack the athletes to bail you out. You got to be prepared every week. This is not rocket science. I mean, a 5-year-old cousin could know that. It's not rocket science, but yet they don't do it. And then Dan Mullen in his postgame press conference, I'm not even critical of the guy about this particular thing that a lot of you were upset about. He got asked, did you get out-coached? Even if he knows the answer is yes, he's not telling you people the answer is yes. He's not giving you the satisfaction. And you will get satisfaction. Trust me, I know you. You will if he says yes. But yeah, he did. He did, because preparation is part of coaching. It's not all on a grease board. Like, if your guys aren't ready to execute at a higher level than 8 false starts in a game, you got out-coached. You got out-prepared. That's the way it is. Bruce Hornsby, that's the way it is. So Florida's got 2 losses now. and they're going up against Vanderbilt this week. So that is just what the doctor ordered. Nice little 39-point favorite situation. You can start praying for Vanderbilt now, by the way. You don't have to wait until Friday. You can go ahead and put the hashtag prayers for Commodores up right now. But I don't really know where this goes. Because it could go Florida can still be a very competitive team. Florida's going to go to LSU. They could beat LSU, obviously. Florida's going to play Georgia. It's going to be a really, really tough ask there. But, you've got right now 2 games and then the bye and then the Georgia game. You got to redefine some of your goals. And the goal now has to be that game in Jacksonville is your Super Bowl. That is how you redefine what your season's about. And then if you pull that one off, who knows what happens down the road. But what a disappointing night for Florida. And congratulations to Kentucky again. Let's bookend it with the Cats. But, boy, that's disappointing.